Hey, what it do, sports world? It's me again. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs, is here, y'all. Where passion meets performance and champions are made. I'm your host, Ray Diggs, bringing you the energy, the insight, and the mindset from across the world of sports. From the locker rooms to the big stage, this is where the real ones talk and legends rise, and the motto stays the same. Winners will always win. The Winner Circle podcast with me, Ray Diggs. We are here and we ain't going nowhere. Make sure y'all tune in because we're about to go live now. Peace. Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the Winner Circle podcast. Man, what they doing? Hey, what it do, sports world, and welcome to the what it do, world, welcome to the Winner Circle podcast, man. I want to talk about the Texas inmate that was executed yesterday. James Broadnax. He was executed yesterday at around 6:40 is when he was pronounced deceased. Now, what I want to talk about when it comes down to this case, I want to talk about all the people that pretty much came to his defense. And I don't know, man, maybe it's just me, but I have an issue with it because I have a video where he confessed to this. And then his cousin came out and said that, oh no, he did not do this. I did this. Listen, let me explain something to y'all, man. And I think that this is something that we do in the U.S. First of all, Americans do not want to be held accountable for nothing. They just don't. I think that everything that we do nowadays in the U.S., we feel like we should get away with it. And we feel like that oh no, if you commit a crime and you commit this right here, you always can go back and take it back. No, you can't. You can't go back and take nothing back. James Broadnax was executed yesterday. Okay, the execution details. The date was April the 30th, 2026 at Huntsville unit in Texas. Lethal injection. The time of death was 6:47 p.m. And he was the third person to be executed in Texas. Now, Broadnax was convicted of a double murder and a robbery in Garland, Texas in 2008. The victim was Stephen Swan and Matthew Butler. These right here was two people that they had been talking to. They had walked up and they was talking to him. And then, they ended up leaving and realizing that they didn't have a ride back. Guys right here was from Dallas. They didn't have a ride back to Dallas, so they needed to rob them. So they came back, they shot him, killed him outside a recording studio. He was 19 years old at the time, and he sentenced to death in 2009. Now, his co-defendant was his cousin, which was DeMarcus Cummings. Later claimed he was the actual shooter. But the problem what I got with this is he did not come forward until 1 month before Mr. Broadnax was set to be executed. Why didn't you come forward in 2009? Why you had to wait until 2026? 1 month, which was March 2026, is when he came forward. Now, we had a lot of people that had a lot of things to say. You had a lot of people that came forward and said that the reason why he was convicted is because it was no black jurors on there. It was no black jurors that was on his trial. It was all white jurors. They said that they used his rap lyrics against him. They said he was high on PCP when he did an interview, which I'm gonna let y'all see. He did an interview inside the jail in which he pretty much broke down how he did the crime. He said, this is what we did. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think that if he in the beginning would have had some remorse, I think that he would have got life in sentence like his cousin got. And I think that the reason why he got what he got is because of the way he was talking when all of this happened. I'm gonna let y'all hear the video and y'all me looking at him, I can't tell that he was high on PTP. He looked like a regular person to me. But I'm not saying that I be around people that's on PCP every day. So you can be the judge of this. You can say, okay, maybe he was on PCP, but I don't see that he was on it. And you got a lot of people that was on podcasts. And I'm gonna tell y'all podcasters what, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all podcasters, y'all lawyers, y'all activists, everything ain't about race. Everything ain't about race. I think if you go out and you kill 2 people, I think that you need the death penalty. That's just my opinion. I don't think you should be allowed to live when you taking 2 people that had absolutely that caused no harm to you. These 2 dudes didn't cause no harm. They said they walked up to these dudes, they asked for a cigarette, they gave them a cigarette, they talked for about 45 minutes, and then they leave. They came back and they had to come back, they had to rob them. Not only did they rob them, guess how much they got? They got a measly $2. They killed 2 people for $2. They took 2 lives for $2. I can't feel bad for that. And then a lot of people are saying, well, he was 19 when he did that. Do y'all not know? Let's just say you send out a nude picture today and you're 18 years old. That nude picture might come back up when you're 39 years old. It just might, because when you send it, when things go out there in the wind, it might come back. It's the same thing when you commit a crime. You think his parents care because these dudes was 19? We don't know what these dudes could have been. But you went and you took their life away from him, so we'll never know. And you got, his wife crying about, oh, take me. Make sure y'all watch her. Because a person that feels like that will probably go out of their way to go with him. But the prosecutor had a jailhouse confession. They had statements where he reportedly said trigger. He had a whole interview where he said he pulled the trigger. But they said he was under the influence of PCP when he confessed. They used rap lyrics. Prosecutors included rap lyrics in court to portray him as dangerous and spark the national debate about free speech, racial bias in the justice system. I don't think it have nothing to do with racist bias. I don't think it have nothing to do with lyrics. I think that he went and he told them exactly how he felt. And I think they took that. I think that he did not know that they would pretty much use this. Yes, he was 19 years old. And I think that he wasn't thinking, oh, in 16, 17 years, they're going to look back at this video of me when I was 19 saying what I said. But I'm going to let y'all see the video and you all can be the judges. This is the video of the interview that him and his cousin, Mr. Cummings, they did right after they committed the murder. This is the video.
For a handgun before taking the dart from South Dallas to Garland.
I decided to go hit a lick, you know what I'm saying? And one of the best spots is Garland, because that's where all the rich white folks stay at, you know what I'm saying? So got caught a slipping, she ain't popped this. That's what it is.
Without as much as a blink, James Broadnax talks about how he took 2 lives.
Blank out, you know what I'm saying? I shot him, like stumbled back, shot the driver, he hit the ground. You know what I'm saying? But he like leaned up like he was finna try to get back up. So I shot him in the head. Then his homeboy, I shot his again, you know.
Let me ask y'all a question, man. Do this sound like somebody that's under the influence of PCP? Or do this sound like somebody that's pretty much telling y'all the God honest truth of what happened that night? He's saying, I did this. I shot this MF in the head. I shot this. He looked like he wanted to move, so I shot this MF again in the head. I'm just saying. But let's finish the video.
You know what I'm saying? But he was still trying to run off. But I knew he was gonna die anyway. But just to make sure, pop, shot his like, you know what I'm saying, twice in the head or whatever. Me and my Kim.
And then just think about it, y'all. Just listen to how he talking. This man right here saying, I shot his bitch ass. I did this right here to him. I did this right here to him. That don't sound like somebody that have remorse. Of course, you think that the Supreme Court and y'all think that the prosecutors, hell, it made this case so easy by doing this interview right here. But then when y'all look at him today, yes, he might be a different person. We said the same thing about Stanley Williams. We was like, yes, he was a menace to society when he was out here doing all these crimes. But then, yes, he might have did wrong, but it still don't take back all the lives that he took. They still don't. You can't wipe your slate clean. Once you commit crimes, you can't wipe it clean. But let's finish the interview.
Them folks ran their pockets. You know what I'm saying? He jumped in the driver's seat. I jumped on passenger side, and we dipped out.
How much money did you guys get?
No, he had $2 in his wallet. You know what I'm saying?
Describing his life as, quote, hell, Broadnax says he has nothing to live for.
I don't want life.
You don't want life.
Pick one. If they don't, I will.
How do you feel today, Mr. Cummings?
I feel real bad. You know, I feel.
So y'all seeing that one of them have remorse. Mr. Cummings have remorse. Mr. Broadnax, he's telling them, like, I don't care. I don't want no life sentence. I want the death penalty. So guess what Texas did? Texas gave him what he was asking for. He was asking for the death penalty. So you can't come back 16 years, 17 years later and say that, oh no, I was up under the influence of PCP. Do y'all look at this video? Do y'all think that this dude, he looked more like he was up under the influence of PCP than the other one did? And he had remorse. And that's the reason why he got life in prison and the other one got death. But let's finish the video.
Yeah, that was wrong what we did. You know how their family feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you feel now?
I kind of regret what I did, but shit can't change. I know you was crying though.
What do you want to know about you?
I want them to know I didn't kill nobody. I didn't kill her husband or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But you do admit you contributed to it.
Yeah, I contributed to it, but I didn't kill him though.
You sorry it happened, sir?
Yeah, so.
What do you want to say to the families of the two men you killed?
Straight up.
Let's listen to it one more time. What do you want to say to the family of the people that you killed?
Straight up.
And this right here, who they was actually going out of their way, all of these podcasters and these activists and all of these other people that was going out of their way to try to keep this man alive. Yes, he probably is a changed man than he was when he was 19 years old. He probably did have a rough life. I think he did have a rough life. He grew up in a group home and, he just had a rough life. Dropped out of school. I think he only got like a 10th grade education. But once you make that decision to pull that trigger, you have to live with the consequences. And the consequences was him to be put to rest. And I think that the family of the victims, may they rest in peace, the victims, I think that they're happy with the outcome today. I think they're happy. They say that Texas got it wrong. I feel Texas got it right. They say in the final moment, they said the Supreme Court denied his last-minute appeal the same day. Texas board a pardon, also denied clemency. Governor did not grant his appeal. That was his final one. Broadnax maintained his innocence. He said Texas got it wrong. This right was in his final moment. He had a long, lengthy speech where he thanked, where he gave his, pretty much remorse to the family. He told his supporters to keep fighting and ask for forgiveness. Execution lasted about 20 minutes after the injection began. A notable moment, his wife, as y'all know, he had got married in prison a few years ago to a British, I think she like a British lawyer, law student. She screamed, "I love you" during the execution. They had to walk her out because she was just discombobulated. She was not in her right mind walking out. She went on, I know Say Cheese posted a video of her saying that she cried, well, they should take her. I think that's a person that got mental health issues. Because you don't even know this dude like this. You just met him a few years ago and you talking about they should take you. I think that Mr. Broadnax, may he rest in peace, But in the end, I'm okay with what the state of Texas did, because I think you took 2 lives. And to be honest with you, I feel like his cousin should have got the same, exactly the he should have got the same sentence. I don't think he should have got life in prison. I think he should have got the death penalty as well, because they was a team. And I think they both should have gotten the same penalty, which was the death penalty. And then for your cousin, if your cousin felt so strongly about saving you, why not during the trial say, I did it? No, the cousin came out after both of them had been sentenced. I got a life sentence, you got the death penalty. And then 16 years later, I come forward when it's about the month before they're about to execute you. I come and I say, well, I'm the one who committed the crime. Do you honestly think they're going to believe that? Do you think they're going to take that shit serious? They're not going to take that serious, because they're going to look at it like it ain't no way he's lying. Because guess what? He had all this time to come forward. Why didn't you do this in 2010 when he filed an appeal in 2012, 13? All the appeals, they did not add that in none of his appeals until his last appeal. And I think they would have took it a little serious if he would have came out in 2015 and said that I was the one who did the shooting. I think that by doing it at now, I think that they didn't take it serious. And like I said, Mr. Broadnax, at the end of the day, he probably is a changed man today. Everybody's a change. Ain't nobody's the same person that they was when they was 19 years old. He probably have grown, but in the end, it still do not wipe away his slate. It don't wipe away the wrong that he did. He committed a crime. He took 2 lives, innocent lives. And not only did he take these lives, is that he sat there in an interview, which his lawyer should have stopped him from doing the time that he did the interview. He sat there and did interviews, and he told them, he broke down everything that he had done. He broke down the crimes that he had committed with no remorse. And when they asked him, what is it, anything that you want to say to the family? Guess what he said? He said, F them. So how can you feel sorry? How can you fight for somebody that says this right here and say that, oh, he's up under the influence of PCP, or he just was 19 years old? I'm going to tell y'all something. I think that they're going to continue to use this when it comes down to criminals every time a criminal do something. I've never seen so many podcasters, so many activists, so many lawyers that went out of their way to try to say that this man right here was innocent, when this man sat there and gave a full interview that he had committed these crimes. And that just tell you the direction where we're going as in the U.S. Nobody's accountable. It's about accountability. If you commit a crime, you got to go and you got to do the consequences of that crime. And that's exactly what happened. That's why they carried out this execution, how they carried it out. Because when he was 19, he didn't care about living. But now he's 38, he's 37 now. And he got a change of heart. I think that they did right. I think that Mr. Cummings should have been right there beside him. Because these 2 young men who was just not starting their lives, one was 26, one was 28. And they was Christian music producers who was at that studio. They funded that studio because they wanted people to come record Christian music. And you come there on a robbery, on some BS, and you want to rob them. Not only did you why not just take their shit from them? Why not just take their stuff from them? But you had to shoot them. And I feel like, and this right here is why I say I feel like Mr. Cummings should have gotten executed as well. Because you not only shot them 1 time, you shot them 2, 3, 4 times in the head. That's more like an overkill. That's more like an execution. And then you got activists and podcasters that want to use the race thing. See, race don't have, see, the problem with the world today is everybody think that everything is race. Right and wrong don't got no race. It's right and it's wrong. No matter what your race is, if you do right or wrong, you got to deal with the consequence when it comes down to it. If you go out and you commit a crime, no matter your race, you should be held accountable. And in this situation, he was held accountable. His accountability was taken out yesterday in a death row on a deathbed in Texas. And I'm not saying that the family, I'm pretty sure that the family is happy because they know they can't get back their kids. But what they can say is that he ain't rotting somewhere in a jail paying all taxes to take care of him. And Mr. Cummings, I feel like he should have went right with him. Demetrius Cummings should have went right with him. And I'm going to tell you this right here before I get off. I think that what Mr. Cummings did was this. They can't retrial me, so I can say that I did it and get him off of death row. But I'm going to tell you what they should have done. They should have retried Mr. Cummings. And then this right here is what I don't understand about everybody. Everybody talking about it's unconstitutional. Oh, it's unconstitutional for you to do this. Oh, no, it's not. That's not a constitutional right. But it's a constitutional right for him to go out there and commit a crime and kill 2 people in cold-blooded and then tell everybody how he did it on TV, on a news station. But that's constitutional. And then, the reason why he was convicted is because he had an all-white jury. Or he did because his lyrics was used against him. Or he was high on PCP. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Accountability don't have a race. Consequences. You got to make sure that when you do crimes, you should be held accountable. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And thank y'all again for listening to another great segment of the Winner Circle Podcast. Me, Ray Diz. Until next time, peace.
Mr. Diggs, we're on in 5. Vegas can't be choosers, but grandma chose trace. She raised me on scraps.